You're still in the bad books. Hello and welcome to August update. Totally unplanned. I've got some time to kill before Peterson's christening. It's going to be crazy. You know, the world just seems to be getting back to normal at the moment. August update. What have I got to talk about in August? I can hear something. Don't come begging. Don't come begging. Nah. So, last month, unplanned was Welcome to York, and that was pretty cool. Can you be quiet? I know, it's annoying, isn't it? So anyway, last month, Welcome to York was unplanned. And so was somebody else. Right, so Welcome to York was done and dusted. It was a great weekend away. I had a great lot of fun with that. Yes. And the unboxing video from last month was well out of hand. I'm sure this month just gone is very quick. And, you know, I haven't spent a lot of money because I bought something else. Who is in the bad books, aren't you? You pulled a problem child 2 on us before. I smelled poo and I was like, have you pooed? And I looked at her. I'm like, have you pooed? And then it just appeared. Like, it doesn't problem child 2. I was like... So anyway, so going ahead, as someone drives up the rank. If you want to know where Abraham is, by the way, Abraham crashed his Mini into a fence last night. So he's off to pick his car up. So you have to probably wait for an outtake maybes of that. Maybe it's not. So anyway, when it comes to Abraham and the fish tank is on its way. That's the new episode of that's been filmed. That's quite funny. I'm enjoying editing that. As I say, Welcome to York was a lot of fun to do, and along with the unboxing. So there's another unboxing. 2 of the big projects I've been pushing towards have literally been shelved, and they may come into fruition next month. It's going to be a quiet month for me, I think, as well. On a different rant, there's a few reasons why. I'm pulling away from doing mainly unboxings and ranting away to the camera, just about life, and not just about life, but about films and stuff, because there's loads of people out there do it, and I get paid a full-time wage to do it away from Lonely Tree Entertainment. And it's cool that the two worlds cross over. I believe in Lonely Tree Entertainment. Someone said to me the other day, says, why don't you have multiple channels? I says, don't want multiple channels. I've had them in the past, you know what I mean? You have a channel for the bands, you have a channel now. Like, what do you get with Lonely Tree Entertainment? Every video is completely something different, and I am trying to sort of wing them down and spend a lot of time on other productions, and I get random, you know what I mean? The update videos, they became quite random the last couple of months. Had a lot of fun doing them. This one's not going to be like them, constantly trying to overlays. There'll be a couple of overlays here and there of the upcoming videos. And I've been dumping a lot of videos out quite quickly, and I'm trying to be a bit more productive, but to me a video is done, and if you've followed the channel for a while, you know fine well that one of my biggest problems are I'll do a video and it's months later it comes out, and if someone messaged me, I have no fucking idea what they're talking about, and I'm like, oh yeah, that video, and I need to get better at that. I need to be I'm going to be a lot more creative. I've spent the morning talking to Cooper, and we are going to try and plan to do more comedy skits like the Abraham stuff, but in a different environment. 2 of the big projects that I've been putting off for a couple of months, I'll tell you what they are. First off, Scott Cavigan has his new album out, to be someone coming Friday. I am going to film it with the camera that's broken. It's going to be called The Camera's Last Gig. Because it survived York. If you watch the whole thing about the York, Cav has a video coming out by Ollie, and I can't wait to see it. The EP is amazing. It's only 4 tracks. It's available to pre-order now, and it's also out next Friday. The big plan was for him to play live in HMV after the gig, so it was going to be like the Saturday after, and we were going to have the album available in the shop. We were waiting on COVID restrictions for ages, the lockdowns, the extensions. If the stars at the line, it would have been all right now, but the problem is the shop's moving, and I've known that for a while. Goes back to one of my other productions I was up to. I'm really happy with the way Glenn's music video turned out on the stairs, and instantly we planned to do it in HMV, and we got the approval from the boss and then the big boss. We got the song from Mitch, Moonlight, that was in the pipeline. Mitch had reached out to Johnny. and a plan was made for HMV, and Glenn was going to do it live in HMV, and it was going to be local icons as well as, you know, heroes, you know. So we had, obviously, Prince was going to be on the wall, Mitch was going to be on the wall. There was stuff like Pink Floyd was going to be written on a pink brick. That was, you look, pink brick. The Predator was going to be on one mirror. Michael Jackson was going to be on the other. Man in the Mirror. We had a lot of plans, and Glenn was going to do it in the same style as the Stairs. We had the date arranged. I had 3 days off, and that's when we found out about the shop moving. And the shop's moving because the Metro Centre's like proper renovating it. It's just been announced yesterday that the House of Fraser has to close because there's another company coming in and take over House of Fraser, and that's a massive unit. So I knew about that. So Glenn got put on the back burner, and we've just been waiting for the confirmed dates. And them confirmed dates are happening. 2 seconds. Hello?
Hello? You need to pay for my car.
Look, right, I am not paying for you smashing the car into the fence. Right? If you can't park your car, what's license to drive? I mean, come on. Jesus Christ.
Hello? Come on. Hello?
Sorry about that. Where was I? So yeah, that plan went out the window. So I haven't been taking on anything for a while because of wanting to do stuff like that. So, like, Abraham in the Fish Tank was set up in Welcome to York. I knew I was going to York. Like, for example, I'm going to Manchester next January to see Corey Wells and stuff like that. So I like the Welcome Twos. As I say, I'm trying to suppress a lot of stuff I've done. More recently, I've just done a Good, the Bad, and the What the Fox, and to be honest with you, I wasn't wanting to do them. I was scratting for a few Samuel L. Jacksons to finish that up. I'm trying to throw everything into the unboxings, you know, like unboxings now can be anywhere, because if you want to watch it, there you can. Again, it's all about me not putting as much content out in multiple videos. We haven't recorded a podcast for nearly 3 or 4 months because there's so many more podcasts still to come. But again, if you subscribe to the channel, I want what you see, you know, it's got effort into it. So the updates every month are just me getting myself in check. I can have a look to see what's done. So the big one to come out next is the final episode of Fast Forward Reviews, and Fast Forward Reviews episode 10 is absolutely fucking mental. I'm really happy how it's come out. If you don't know, it's Pump Up the Volume into the tournament. If you don't know, I worked on the tournament 13 years ago in Bulgaria. It's in 14 years now. I've got feedback from both directors. Second unit director, whatever you want, first unit director. But to get a message back of Scott Mann, who's the director, in a lovely message, I'm over the moon. Everyone who's seen it's just like, what the fuck? It's just a massive. To be honestly, it's a massive weight off my shoulders to finally express how I want to talk about the tournament, and I love how tongue in cheek it's come out. So I've had some great feedback from a lot of people. There is going to be a director's cut, and the last time I was in Edmonton, which was over a week ago, the director's cut was getting like a fine tune and lots of new content put into it. So the director's cut was done and dusted, and then when I rewatched the video, I thought, you know what, you could chuck that in here, chuck that in there. So that door's been opened anyway. So yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back from a few more people, like higher up, you know, because again, this footage hasn't been seen for years, and I just want to make sure it's okay. So that's coming to the channel. As I say, it's just fucking, anyone who watches and goes, oh, it's a review of the tournament, the way it starts, especially with Abraham and the angriness about why he wants to do Pump the Volume, just mental. So that's, they're on their way. So as I say, there'll nothing change about the final episode. It's the director's cut. So I'm just going to have a look on the YouTube. So every time the Fish Tank, this, and the unboxing, there's notes. As I say, I've been doing little or no stuff. So Corey Feldman VHS collection, like the Corey Haim one, what's not out yet, that'll be coming out quite recently. That's a massive 40-minute rant, but that is a package I've been waiting from Australia, so that was really cool. Got to go down memory lane with that. Still done a few more Was It Worth Buying, so there's a new one done for the Fifth Element Steelbook. Samuel Jackson's Volume 4. This is really interesting actually. So Stomp 66 is a band I worked with years and years and years ago, and I found a tape, going back to Off That Rant and finding mini DV tapes and going through them. one of the tapes was Stomp 66's last ever gig. It's never seen the light of day. It's never been seen back. It was recorded. The band split up. The band haven't had a gig since. They've went their separate ways. They reunited for an interview for one of my projects a couple of years ago. And we were two such years ago looking on it doing the greatest hits, but like a lot of the newer stuff was recorded but never fully mastered, and they've all gone their separate ways and stuff like that. But I found this gig and I was like, fucking hell, I spotted a goodie about it. I need to fucking see that. So that got really fast tracked. I cut an interview for it to explain my relationship with Stomp, and then it's just 44 minutes of just pure mini DV. The songs are there. It's heavy. It's really heavy, and the audio for being mini DV comes out quite well. It's just one angle at the side. But a lot of the music on it's just never been heard. As I say, there was the classic Stomp 66 stuff, but then there's a few new tracks put in there, and it's the only way there's ever been a recording of it. So if the band were to get back together, you know what I mean, that footage, would you go, oh yeah, that's that song, that's how it went. So that's coming out, that's done and dusted. That's pretty cool. We've talked about bringing the EP of Stomp 66 out on Lonely Tree as well. Thundercats, was it worth buying? There's the paintbrush throwing, which was originally going to be an Abraham skit, but I had a massive clear out and had something like 25 solid paintbrushes from painting the house, so I ended up throwing them at VHSs. The True Romance video came out of nowhere this month. Twin Peaks has got Was It Worth Buying, so was Red Dwarf. I'm about to June unboxing. Like the Southern Sunset in New Zealand, I have been toying with the ideas of creeping a few random clips out to the channel. Fucking, for some reason, I don't know how that happened actually, because I think we were up to date there after that. Police Academy box set, Was It Worth Buying? There's the epic VHS unboxing. Mr. Socko, Breakfast Club, the Haim rant, the Lost Boys video, Anaconda, Was It Worth Buying? See, there's pretty much everything's already been covered since last month. There's a few things creeping out. One of the things that caught a lot of people off guard the other day, and I had a message carved ASAP, because again, we're talking about the tournament. Laconia versus the tournament was the first ever video I uploaded on YouTube ever, like fucking years ago, and it was sitting dormant. It was unlisted, and I know I got a notification a while ago about YouTube about X amount of videos would be made private or something. Summit, they did Summit. It's like when you try to go into MySpace now, because we were trying to look for some of the Stomp 66 promo stuff, and MySpace, if you haven't logged into MySpace, it's gone. In 3 years, it's gone. They've just got rid of that. And I was looking through, and I was like, right, okay. And I'm loading my trailer 40 here. I had a Laconia video, and I started at the back. I was doing some maintenance on YouTube, like thumbnail, changing a few thumbnails, and all of a sudden, Laconia versus the Ton became like, I got a notification saying, oh, the video's been released. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, and everyone was like, oh yeah, that's like old, and I was like, I know it's fucking old. It's not like I've just released it, so I don't know why, but it's went from being at the very, very, very back end of like 100 and some pages on YouTube of fucking videos to now being there. So again, I haven't changed it. I might give it a new thumbnail. Looking back at it, I'm really happy with it, and again, looking at it, I'm like, you know what I mean, when I put my mind to something, I can do it, because that originally was a promo I got online, sent to us before the tournament, and so that's what they used the tournament to get the production going. I took the Laconia song at the time, which would have been about 2006 and that video was made, and it was kind of like, right, you can't use that bit of the trailer because it doesn't work, but then you try and tell a story, and then you've got this footage, and you would bring in the band live, and it was just sort of like a massive end mission, do you know what I mean? And I'm proud of it, you know. A few things I would change, but again, it's fucking years. I think this is Abraham back. So right, I'll see you in the outtakes, because I don't think I've got anything more to talk about that I haven't updated you about, and that's Hira, by the way. Hira, asleep. So yeah, go and see what he's up to. See you in the outtakes.
Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling?
Hello? I'm not proud of this. I maneuvered wrong, and I just kissed the gate, and it took my bumper off. My Batmobile is damaged.
Hello, in the update video right at the very end. I've done it again. I did it last month. It was a great idea the first month, and then did it again. Didn't go, what's the band of the month? Now, as the mini is back and stuff like that, I last night rewatched Frogs Dreaming, also known as The Quest, also known as The Go Kids, as featured in, hang on, just walk off camera, Thomas Hodge. Is an amazing book, is The Go Kids. Oh, King Kong Lives was the first one there, that was great. So I, in the past, have watched, and now quick story about The Go Kids, The Frog Streams, The Quest, The Duncan. I remember it as a kid, probably watching it with my cousin Brian, and it wasn't until I met Paul Ray, after years of working in HMV, and me and Paul always worked at different HMVs, and it wasn't until that Paul went, oh yeah, it's called Frog Stream, The Go Kids. And it was on YouTube, and I actually picked that up in a German release, and it's been released quite widely. I haven't seen a Blu-ray release yet. Might be out in America, probably. Demon Wind. But like, it's definitely a cult film. This book's starting to fray away. I hardly bloody used the bugger. So anyways, let's quickly find Go Kids. Oh, there it was. Oh no. Garbage Pail Kids. Fire and Ice. The Ghost Chase, some classic covers in here. This book's amazing for anyone who's got any kind of nostalgia on VHS. So there it is, The Go Kids. $59.95. You know, obviously got repackaged to look like the Goonies. The font looks like the Goonies. The artwork looks like the Goonies. I absolutely love this film, and I watched it last night. So yesterday I went to the Peasant's christening, and I didn't even have a pint. Came home. I felt, right, I'm just going to have an early night. Watched Frog Streaming all the way through. And as I say, I've done a fast forward review for this. I've done a commentary for it. The film, I think the problem with the film, if it's coming back out in the UK, it's now a 12. It's some of the, like at the time, there's nothing wrong with what they say, but it's a sign of the times. Some of the content, like, it wouldn't pass a PG now, it would be a 12. So you would probably have to get reclassified considering it's never been out on DVD. Obviously stars Henry Thomas from E.T. and also plays fucking Jack Torrance in fucking Dr. Sleep. It's his second movie. It's a movie after E.T. Goes all the way down to Australia, and he's basically a kid called Cody who's a fucking genius, you know what I mean? He creates a bike that rides along the rails, and the whole town's like, go Cody, go! And basically they walk out and they're fascinated by this lake at Devil's Knob. Okay. And at the start of the movie you get this guy and he's like in a boat fishing at Devil's Knob, and like he's like, oh, bubbles, and there's a kid being a massive fan of the Loch Ness Monster and that fear, and go back through Lonely Tree, when we go up to the Gill Bridge and you've got what we call the Treacle Pond. As a kid, that was that fucking pond to me, but no one remembered this fucking movie until I met Paul Ray. But I watched it last night and I love it. It's cropped down the side, does need digital restoring. The music's by Brian May, who obviously did Mad Max 2 as well. So it's very, I think it's the director of BMX Bandits as well. So it's not like a cheaply made movie. It does get a bit weird near the end about Charlie and all he's thinking, you know, the native people and all, like the voodoo, the bush stuff and all that kind of stuff going on. But like the whole idea of this creature in the pond, but then Cody's determination to find out what it is. And then what it is, I think, is a very smart, I mean, it's overplayed at the end. You're going, oh, what the fuck's that? And they're all like, And the reveal of, like, the mystery and all that, I think it's something class. I was glued to it last night, and I watched Primeval after that. Primitive Evil, Orlando Bloom. Anyway. But yeah, what I didn't do as well is say a song for the month, a band for the month. And since I've talked about Stomp 66, it's the perfect band. So, down the line we will bring Driven Out, the 4-track EP. Frontline was recently featured at the end of Alternative 4 because Frontline was also used as the intro to Kill Them the Boredom. That was 11 years ago that movie was made. Wow. Creed was a showreel. Redemption was in One, the Good, the Bad and the What the Fucks. Redemption was also remixed by Blade the Mystic Dragon, who does the Lonely Tree tune as well, so that was quite cool. Scarlet, that's on the channel. So, it's going to be Adrenaline Surge, because Adrenaline Surge was the first music video I directed for Stomp 66. It's the first track of the EP, which I shit you not, if you said to me, what's the first track of Stomp 66's EP, I would have said Frontline. Because there's a little intro tune before Frontline, and a little outro tune at the end of the EP. So you think all the songs would come in the middle. And I put it on the other night and I was like, Now it might be because my computer's put in alphabetical order, but then it wouldn't make sense that with Redemption then outro. So I needed to check that with Goody, or even check the EP in the other room. That would make more sense, Stephen. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Stomp 66. This is Adrenaline Surge, or sorry, Stomp 66, depends which way you say it. And just say, Frog Streaming is one of those films that needs to come out in some kind of 88 films, like 101 or the HMV Premium Collection. It is, like, they've cloned the cover for the Goonies, but I think to me, the mystery, the hunt, I fucking love that movie. So Frog Streaming, The Quest, The Go Kids, The Dunkershin, whatever you want. Right, enjoy Stomp 66, and I'll see you next one. Goodbye for now. Hello, you still here? Stomp 66, Driven EP. Wow, I've got two of these, and when you see the video footage of the Stomp gig, when it comes out, I think Goody gives the last copies to the stage just to take home. Driven EP, guy in there, standing. But yeah, it was Adrenaline Surge, Creed, Frontline, Redemption. So yeah, an alphabetical order on the back, but I always said Frontline would have been, the intro's a hell of a fucking intro tune. That's why I used it for Killing the Boredom. But yeah. Down the line, Driven will come to the channel. And 4 tracks, fucking mint band. Check them out. Goodbye.